I got a Rod on the first carousel. We got a Zillion to start off the game and a Camille. Probably going to sell the Camille. Rod doesn't really do too much on her. But let's see what Hextech Augment we get. We get that on the third minion wave. I believe it's 1-4. And then we go for... Oh, we got 2 Twisted Fates here. We have a Rod, so Twisted Fate is perfect for us. There's also a Ziggs there. Maybe an Arcanist game can be something in our horizon. I'm just going to pick up as many units as I can. And again, guys, like, you'll be able to play this, I believe, on Tuesday night. Either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on when they patch the PvE server. So we get 3 options here. Syndicate Heart. Your team counts as having 1 additional Syndicate. Sniper's Nest. We just played a sniper game, so probably not going to go for that. And then the last one, Arcanists start combat with a shield equal to 500% of their ability power. I mean, we already have like Arcanist units, so like we kind of have to go for that, right? We have a Rod as well. It sounds pretty good, especially again, since we just played a sniper game. It'd be kind of boring if you went for the same comp every time, but we get a glove, we get a chain vest, so we could build Jeweled Gauntlet on TF. That sounds like it makes a lot of sense. I don't think I'm going to do the Locket Spam. Locket Spam's great if you're going for a comp like Assassins like we did the other time, like we did in the first game. But this game, since we have all that AP buff, like I definitely want to be building some sort of AP items instead of just a Locket. Let's go ahead and level up because we have a 2-star. We don't have the Syndicates in yet, but that's okay. We face off against 2 Castodons and a Blitzcrank. They hook my TF right away. Look at that shield that the Arcanists are getting. That is a lot, because Arcanist gives like ability power, so it's going to be great. Ziggs' ability looking pretty nice. It is different than what he's been doing before. And we get some good cast off from TF. Does he? Oh, he gets that last one off. That should help us win at least this round. Maybe Darius goes off too. Aston might actually win this one. Depends how much the Ziggs bombs do. Actually, the shield doing a lot of work, but the mana reduction just completely wrecked us right there. But it's okay. Lost the first round. Would have preferred to win. We didn't have the strongest board, but we didn't have the weakest one either because we got the shield thing. But maybe he has his own bonus that we just don't know about yet. I wasn't able to check out people's augments because they told us not to, because apparently there's like a bug in this version of the game. It should be fixed by the time you guys are playing it, where you can't right-click the like augment thing that you see on the board. Keep in mind, guys, that does not take up a square. It's just there on the side, so the map is the same size as it's always has been. TF gets a nice crit there, I believe, and he was able to clean everyone up. I put in the extra Ziggs, and we also got some scrap value. Man, I'm loving scrap in the beginning of the game because you just get a free item without committing to everything. So if you get like a 3-item start, it is just so good. 2-item starts, maybe not so great because you probably just build something there, but like 3-item start, you build an item and then you get a scrap value as well. That's just like a huge change to like the trajectory of your early game. Right, so we're facing off against a Colossus already, the Cho'Gath. So he's level 4, but he's only got 3 people in, but he does have the 2 target dummies. As long as we focus the champions first, the target dummies don't really do too much. So target dummies, they're a little deceptive because you need to use them and make sure that they get targeted before your main guy does. Because look, man, TF just wastes his cards there. Like we ran into some trouble in the last game where we played with target dummies as well, where they got targeted last, even though they're in the front line. So you have to be very tricky with where you place them. Maybe you want them in the middle, because from what I did last game and what this guy did, they put them on one on the left, one on the right. Maybe you want both of them in the middle. Maybe that's the tankiest spot. We are, I think, last pick or second to last pick. Let's get the Rod here on the Warwick. If not, we get the Tier on the Lysandra because we're going some sort of AP build. I heard, like, we were in a voice call with a bunch of other people while we were playing these games, and I heard Lux was OP, so if we do go for an Arcanist build, like Lux makes perfect sense because she's one of the carries there. We have the Arcanist augment in the beginning, and then we also have a bunch of AP items, so it just makes perfect sense to try to go for something like that. We get 3 Syndicates in with 2 Arcanists. Do we want the Singed in or like a random unit? That is a question to be asked. Definitely wanted to level up. I went ahead and went with the Scrap on the Trundle, and then I dropped the AP on the TF. I'm mispositioning TF a little bit. He only has 3 range, so I probably should put him where he's standing right now on like the second row so that he doesn't waste time walking up. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. I could probably even frontline him on the top right because of the Arcanist shield. Because look at that, he's just so tanky. He's both a tank and a damage dealer. So you probably could place him even further up when you have that augment. And that's why augments are probably pretty cool. There are a lot of different augments that benefit Arcanists. I think there are like 2 or 3 of them, and you could also have the ones with the spatula. So you have to mix up your play depending on what you get. Remember in the sniper game, we could have either got like the one that doubles your range and makes it so your abilities don't hit, or we got the one that we got, which reduces armor and puts a healing debuff on people whenever you auto attack. So both buffs would have been great for pretty much any sniper build, but like same goes for ability power builds. There are different options you could go for, and it affects your positioning every single time. So you're gonna have to adapt within each game, which is a good thing, because then TFT, you have to use your brain instead of just following a formula. This guy, I believe that item is Ionic Spark. Okay, that's another new look item. It looks completely different than what it was before, but we're able to pull this win off. We got a shroud from the scrap, so that's kind of funny. But we're able to go through stage 2, 3, and 2. We're at 96 health. Unfortunately, no win streak, but you know, it is what it is. All right, we got a Vex here. Vex is kind of like the Arcanist tank. So we'll definitely want to use Vex at some point in the game. All right, so I've moved my TF up. I probably should put him another row up, like on the top right of him right now, but it's gonna take time to get used to positioning TF again. Whenever he was in the game with the wild cards, like, it's always really tricky to position him, because either he gets like the best cards off or he just hits one person. And obviously the difference between those two is humongous. So we get either a stone plate or a bramble vest. I went and opted for the stone plate. I dropped the extra chain vest on Trundle because I want to get scrap value. I probably should solo tank the Trundle and move my Darius back, because generally when you do have a stone plate, that's what you want to do. I'm facing assassins. TF gets good cards up front. And yeah, I could definitely like put TF further up again, just because like the Arcanist shield is just so big, right? He essentially has double his health, and the shield persists for the whole round. It's not like an expiring shield after like a couple seconds like what Locket is. So it's actually an insane buff. So we are at 3-2. This is typically when I level up to level 6. Do we need to roll? Probably not. Our team is decent on its own. I would like to have 4 Arcanists, but I don't want to spend any money on that. All right, we are facing a Shojin Kasdan. We also got hooked. Unlucky, but again, Arcanist shield doesn't make it that bad. Our Zyra is actually still alive right now. Is Zyra even an Arcanist? Never mind, she's not an Arcanist, so I just completely made that up. But we're still able to win the round. We got double stone plate on Trundle. I'm assuming he tanked a lot. Looking at the damage, Vi actually held her own quite a bit. TF kind of did nothing because, again, the cards just probably only hit one person at a time. Now we're into the next round. Colossus doesn't really do too much for us, but we do want better tanks than what we have now. We kind of only have 2 2-stars, and they're both damage dealers, so we probably want to change that in the future, but is it worth the roll? That is the question at the end of the day, and I'd say, like, probably not. Like, we're at high health. We weren't on a big win streak. We're on, like, a 3-game winner, which is sizable, but it's nothing, like, completely crazy, you know? To the point where you'd, like, kind of all in for something, but it might have been debatable to roll maybe, like, 10 gold on 3-2 just to find the 4th Arcanist, but I opted not to in this particular game. I want to save my gold so that I could find a Lux later, because Lux is the main carry of this comp. She deals a ton of damage, guys, like, and she casts so quickly. We got a tier here. That's really the only viable item from those options. I probably want a Shojin or blue buff on TF. So dominance, after winning your player combat, you gain 1 gold for every 2 surviving units. Exile, your units start combat with no adjacent allies, gain a 40% maximum health shield for 8 seconds. And then the other one is target dummy. Exile sounds pretty fun because I could just stack a bunch of shields on my guys. So I went ahead and went for that. Target dummies, I think, might have been the better option. It really depends, If you're win streaking, you take the win streak one, but I don't think I'm win streaking with this board, so I need to pass on that. But I just wanted to troll around with the shields a bit because I have so many of them, so I went for the other one. And like TF needs to be in the front anyway, so I spread everyone out, like regardless of what happened. Put the tier on him, probably the defensive items on the Darius. Oh, this guy's playing Mercenaries. He's got GP with 3 items on the front line. Kind of scary. Ooh, TF got a nice card there. Hit 2 or 3 people. Let's see the next one. Okay, decent there too. And then now we're ganging up on the gangplank. Great cards, great cards. This position is definitely better than the other one. So getting the, what do you call it, actually made my positioning like 10 times better. We also did level up. Probably shouldn't have because we're at 18 gold. You generally only want to level up to level 7 when you have at least 30 gold. But yeah, I'm not really sure why I did that there. It was probably to put in the 4 Arcanist plus the 3 Syndicate. I'm gonna sell this Vi. I actually don't know why I had her in. Maybe I want to pick up this Echo to put in Scrap again, but I don't have item components. So I'm gonna, yeah, sell the Darius, drop the Scrap item on the Echo, and he should get an item from that. It's nice. And then drop the other Stone Plate on Darius. Not the best item, but... Alright, so his Assassins jump to the back. He's got a hat on Talon. That seems like a pretty good item on Talon, because you just want to increase his damage as much as possible, but... TF is just so tanky. Despite Twitch railing on him the entire time, he still has a shield, because he has both the Exile shield and the Arcanist shield. So unless Talon pulls a miracle, yeah, no way, no way. But we get a nice win there. So we get a win streak into the Krugs, which is... Not into the Krugs, into the Wolf Camp, which is exactly what you want. Took a risk, and it paid off in this case. Doesn't always do, but this time it did. Right, so we get a Sword, Tier, and Belt. So Shojin is probably better than blue buff. I end up building up a blue buff here. I should have built Shojin because Sword is useless in ability power comps apart from Shojin, whereas Tier is still useful. So I do make a mistake. I end up building the blue buff because I thought blue buff is better on Lux. It's probably the same. I haven't done the exact math on it yet, but once the game does come out, I'll probably have a guide on my website telling you which champions to build blue buff on, which champions to build Shojin on. So we will have that if you do follow the website at bunnymuffins.lol. Not building a Zeke's because I have the Exile buff, so I'll just build a Sunfire Cape. Not the best item, but I do want to slam something just to keep up my win streak. But this guy's super strong. He's got the Kagi 2. And unless TF pulls off a miracle, nope, he doesn't crit, so we'd lose this round. Unfortunate there. Hogmaw does have the healing anyway, so we probably would have lost even if he did crit. We probably should have rolled a bit on level 7. I think here was the point where I was like, all right, let me just go to level 8 because I'm like 96 health at the time. So that was probably my rationale for not rolling. But whenever I have this many 1 stars, and my only 2 stars are Twisted Fate and Ziggs, which are 1-cost units, you know you're in a bit of trouble, you know? This guy's got a Kassadin 3. Are we back to like the Void meta? Kassadin's what, a mutant and something else? I think Protector or something like that. Ah, man, dude, Kassadin carry builds are absolutely insane from set 1, but I wonder if the same thing applies to this new set here. Ziggs misses his bomb. Ziggs is a little weird now. Before he always has good single target damage, now he's got more of an AoE, but you can miss like what we saw there. So it's a little give and take as with any ability change. We got Malzahar, he's an Arcanist, so we almost have him 2-star. Let's just level up to level 8 next turn and pray for a Lux. I'm pretty sure Victor, who's also an Arcanist, is a pretty decent carry as well. He's more of a support unit. He like reduces magic resist and armor, I believe. But at 2-star, he has to at least do something, right? We'll have to figure out which 5 costs are carries, which ones are supports, which ones are tanks. Because even if they have like supportish abilities in their kit, they still might be pure or really good as carries anyways. So we're able to beat this guy somehow with our team, so he must be really weak. So we get a free fast 8 on the next turn. Last pick on the carousel. Maybe we go for a... I don't even know. I guess it's a tank item instead of the glove. We have like a sword on our bench. Like sword just doesn't build anything, which again is why we should have built the Shojin before. But you know, I haven't played TFT in a while because I kind of took a break once the new set was announced, because I got a little bored of set 5, not gonna lie guys. But let's roll down a little bit and see what we hit. We hit every legendary except for the Arcanist. We don't see a Lux yet either. I do need to pick up an Academy unit because Lux is an Academy person. Ah, dang, just not hitting the Lux. That's a little unfortunate. I was slow in rolling, but obviously whenever a new set comes out, everyone's going to be super slow in rolling. This guy's got a 2-star Quinn, which we got a good hit on right away. And his Gangplank took like 0 damage. Oh, Zyra's new stun is actually really cool. It's just like she takes a line and stuns the whole line, it seems. But we're able to beat this guy, which is huge because like we didn't really find our team quite yet. So we're probably chilling for a bit. Like if we're surviving against people without Lux 1-star or even 2-star, that's always a good sign. And that's just because we have like really good items on our Twisted Fate right now. All right, we're facing Rageblade Yone, or sorry, RFC Rageblade Deathblade Yone. That has to be really good because with the Challenger buff, he's just like the perfect melee carry with the RFC. I wonder what his best in slot items would be. Rageblade definitely should be one of them. I wonder if his clone auto attacks count towards that stack, but we get destroyed here by him, pretty much 1v9'd. So we're at 77 life now. We are losing a little bit. There is Vex 2. There's also a Galio. Maybe we could get Galio 2 as our primary tank, just because he's a legendary, you know? At this point, I was thinking, like, let me just play a bunch of legendary units because I did not hit Lux on the roll down. And you guys also get to see Social Light. We have that little square on the board where Twisted Fate is on right now. And this square is different every game. So it's not always going to be on that space. So you have to decide when Social Light is worth it, if your team fits with it, based on the front or back positioning, or if it kind of sucks with it. And we get a bunch of useless items here. Giant Slayer is usable. Titan is okay, but like 2 bows when you're playing an ability power comp, it's always going to be a little troll, you know? Alright, so Arcanist attacks deal bonus magic damage to 30% of their on-hit ability power. Allies adjacent to Spotlight gain a start of combat bonus. And then the last one is Woodland's Charm. Create a copy of your highest health champion, excluding items. It's got to be the Arcanist one. I want to go like 6 or 8 Arcanists for the memes. So we just have to pick that one. Alright, let's roll down. We really need the Lux. She's amazing with those items. Like, we're hitting a lot of Jins. But can we get a Lux in these roll downs? There's another Akali we sold before. There's another Vex. 3-star Vex should probably be pretty decent, but not going for that this game. There's a Seraphine if we want Socialite instead of the Janna with Scholar, but no Luxes, so that is a little unfortunate. We rolled down a little more. I sold some stuff, but we didn't hit it either. So I'm going to build the Titans. Then Giant Slayer probably goes on... I'm selling Zyra, so I'll just put it on her for now. I only have her in because she's a Syndicate. I guess I don't even have the Syndicate buff anymore. I probably should just get rid of her. But since I'm selling her, I'll put the extra items on her so that when I get a new person, I will swap it all out. But yeah, we lose this round to the Kaisa. Yeah, I mean, you can't play Arcanist without Lux, right? All right, so we get Janna 2. I guess we complete it. I guess I don't. I'm gonna keep pressing D. Apparently, my key is broken because I am not seeing Lux, so I just wasted like 40 gold trying to look for her. But you know, it's okay. Oh, Swain's an Arcanist as well. I didn't even realize that. These last people, don't really think any of these fit in my comp. Yeah, there's got to be some reroll Arcanist build with Malzahar and Vex carry. That seems like it'd be really good. I should also probably put my Vex towards the front more because she is a tank unit, or like a off tank. This Shaco looks insane. Come on, Shaco. Or not Shaco, TF. Hit the Shaco. No, you keep missing the Shaco. Oh, this guy's got Lux too. No wonder why I can't find Lux. It's not even the main carry of his comp. It's his backup guy. Or synergy bot. I gotta say, that's a little unlucky. I went level 8. I rolled probably like 40 to 60 gold. And I just don't see it. You know, it happens some game. Even when you're just trying to have fun, it still happens. We finally hit the Lux though. We're gonna drop in 6 Arcanists. We're gonna put probably... So, the best items in this combination right now probably is Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Giant Slayer on the Lux. Because the hat is great on Vex because Arcanists gain a shield based on how much AP they have. And Giant Slayer is probably a great damage item with just the Jeweled Gauntlet and the Blue Buff that I don't need the extra AP from the hat anyways on the Lux. Because the Giant Slayer on Vex is pretty useless, whereas on the Lux, it's still pretty good. I'm getting like, let's say it's a 7 out of 10 on Lux, it is like a 1 out of 10 on Vex. So if I switch the items, put the Giant Slayer on Lux, and then the hat on the Vex, the hat on the Lux is probably like 9 out of 10, and then the hat on the Vex is probably like another 9 out of 10. So I probably wasted the items here by putting the Giant Slayer on my Vex instead of my Lux. Whenever you get too many damage items, you always have to think of weird combos to try to get out of it like that. Trap Claw would be good. It gets taken. Jeweled Gauntlet would be my next go-to. If that gets taken, probably the Frozen Heart would be what I would get. All right, we get a Galio too. That is great because he is our like main tank. I'm not getting the most value out of the Stone Plate because I'm kind of doing the spread out team. It's not, you know, you got to socially distance even in game. I guess I put the Jeweled Gauntlet on Vex. Yeah, Vex is just very oddly itemized right now, I'm not gonna lie. I probably should put my Lux on the Socialite spotlight because it just allows her to... Like, she's my main carry, you know? I probably should buff her up more. Because right now she's in the back. I guess until she's 2-star, she's not gonna be that devastating, though. Alright, we are facing a guy with... Urgot 2. Oh, we got hooked. Good thing she's got the shield. Boom. She's not doing that much damage, though. No. Our tank just didn't do that much work, I'm not gonna lie. Because we got hooked. I need to move her. Probably just put her on the spotlight. Because that seems like the perfect spot for her. But we take considerable damage there. We're at 38 life now, despite being like 96 a couple rounds ago. So we are in a bit of trouble right now. Because we just don't have Lux too. We finally do get a Victor. Oh, there's another Lux. I guess I just lock for this. I used my Nico on the Lux because she's my main carry. Maybe I could have saved it for Victor in other games, but not this one. I put her on the spotlight. Let's see how much damage she does at 2-star. Boom, that is a lot. She also crit, which is really nice. Aston is... he is scaring me right now. This is a worrying trend with the Yuumi. Because Yuumi keeps healing him, and I can't kill the Yuumi when she is on the Kassadin. And my team is slowly dying to this Kassadin. This is ridiculous. Like, please, Lux, like, it's just not doing enough damage. Even in overtime. This has got to be the biggest joke ever. Oh my god. Well, now you know what to do on the first day of PBE. Kassadin carry. Hopefully they nerf it before then. Alright, so I sold the TF because we don't have the Arcanist spatula, but we'll just chill with this for a bit. We get a Warmogs, which is actually really good because we have the Exile bonus, so on Vex she should be doing a lot of work with tanking everything. We're facing... Oh my god, we just got Enforcered on our Galio. And then they targeted our Lux with the Yone. That is not good. The Exile buff griefed me, because normally I'd have people in front of the Lux. Maybe this Vex can carry for a bit? No, not really. Oh, she actually did clean up. At least it's not like that big of a loss. Because I don't think target dummies count towards the damage. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we are top 6 right now, but 2 people are really low. So it's probably at least a top 4. I probably want to put my Vex on the right side instead of the Galio. But let's roll down. Maybe I get Victor 2 randomly because I'm at 0 life. What else am I going to do? I don't think I'm making it to level 9. But don't really hit anything there. But that's okay. It was kind of like a go for broke type of thing. All right, we are facing the guy with all the Victors. His Akali went directly for my Lux, but she's not doing any damage for some reason. Holy cow, Lux with the 2,000 and the 1,000 damage deals. And then Victor, he's got his laser spinning and shooting around, but I don't know what they actually do or if they're doing that much damage, I'm going to be honest with you guys. He's only 1-star, but he does have a 6 Arcanist buff, which has to at least help him a little bit. Rolling down. Nothing much here. I guess I could get a new Vex so I could put the damage items on Victor if I ever get him 2-star magically, but Victor did 140 damage, so I doubt he's actually doing anything. So we're facing the Kassadin guy again. This is his ghost. He's got 2 Last Whispers, which is a little odd. He probably got unlucky on the items. Oddly enough, he did not buff his Kassadin with the Chalice of Harmony or the Trap Claw. In fact, he didn't buff many people with it, so that is something that's questionable. He probably wasn't able to get a swap off in time. Meanwhile, our Galio is doing work in the backline, and the Sunfire Cape should be doing work on the Kassadin as well. What I'm wondering is that we had Sunfire on the Kassadin in the other time Kassadin essentially 1v4'd us, but we also had it this time. I wonder why he was so tanky last time and not so much this time. Let's go for the Archangels or the Redemption or Dragonclaw. All these 3 options seem fine to me. All right, let's go for the... Okay, we got a Vex there. That's nice. We could swap the items over. I don't know if Victor actually like does anything, but you know, he's a legendary unit. I'm trying to have fun, so that's why I put the items on him. But if it was a serious game, maybe you keep on Vex. I'm not really too sure. I grief the Exile buff, but it's okay. I kind of just want to avoid Zephyrs at this point in the game. So he does use the Trap Claw this time. Oh, maybe it was on Yumi and that's why it jumped off. Oh, we got hit by the Cho'Gath ult, which is unfortunate. Or not Cho'Gath ult, the Scion ult. Lux is just not killing enough, and that means she's not getting resets, which really affects her damage. Yeah, just not able to finish off this cast in time. So we get 7 life there. We get top 3 though. I'd take that, you know. Considering we couldn't find Lux forever, that's a pretty decent outcome. I wonder if we saved the Arcanist shield, if Lux wasn't in such a bad spot, if we would have won. But very interesting to kind of think about that. Alright, so we're against the Blitzcrank, Urgot, and Jinx guy. Jinx isn't 2-star yet, so we might have a good chance against this person. The thing is, he's so spread out that I doubt Lux gets good ultimates off. He'll probably have to kill one person at a time. Oh. Wait, how did she die? Wait. I thought I was winning this. I guess Jinx at 1-star is still insane. Alright, so we get top 3 there. You know what? That's okay. It was hard to find Lux. We probably could have went level 9 if we didn't struggle that hard. But yeah, that is all the games that I have for you guys. I will see you guys on the PvE. I'll probably try to start streaming again. So if you guys are interested in that, head on over to like the Twitch links in the description below. But apart from that, like, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for set 6, and I will see you all there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and of course smash that like button. Each like is an LP I gain before the next video.